She was detained for being who she was, but she rose to become the one who delivers justice. Narrator, deep emotional tone. Before we begin this story, I want you to take a moment and imagine this, being judged for the color of your skin before they ever know your name. Imagine losing everything, and still being told you don't belong. This is the story of a mother who lost her husband, her peace, and almost her son, but never her faith. If you believe that truth deserves a voice, pushpin click the link and subscribe right now to Wealth and Wounds, because what you're about to hear will shake you to your core. It was a calm Sunday morning in El Paso, Texas. The sun blazed gold through the blinds of a small apartment. Tanya Washington, a 38-year-old nurse, tied her hair in a bun as gospel music hummed softly in the background. Her teenage son, Malik, sat at the kitchen table, sketching sneakers in his worn-out notebook. "Baby, we can make it out of this," Tanya smiled, stirring a pot of oatmeal. "Just one more check and I can send in that college deposit." Malik grinned. "Mom, you've been saying that for months." "Because it's true every month," she replied, tapping his shoulder. They laughed, unaware that this morning would be their last moment of peace for a long time. Outside, a black SUV rolled up. Inside sat Agent Victor Hall, an ICE officer, tall, clean-cut, eyes cold as marble. He held a file with Tanya's name on it. Suspected overstayer. Possible alias. African origin, he muttered, scrolling through her record. His partner, Agent Lopez, hesitated. "She's a widow, Hall. Her husband was a citizen." Hall smirked. "Then this'll be quick. People lie all the time." The calm was about to break. There was a loud knock. 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 Tanya froze, glancing toward Malik. "Stay here," she whispered. When she opened the door, 2 officers flashed badges. "Immigration and Customs Enforcement. We need to ask a few questions." "I'm a U.S. citizen," Tanya said firmly, gripping the door. "My husband, he served in the Navy." Victor Hall's eyes narrowed. "Then you won't mind showing proof." Her heart pounded. I can get my papers." He stepped forward. "We'll get them together." Malik rushed to the door. "Hey, don't touch my mom." Victor turned, his hand grazing the boy's shoulder. "Step back, son." Tanya pushed between them. "He's just a kid." In that instant, Lopez's voice cut in, uneasy. "Hall, we should wait." But Hall had already stepped inside. Moments later, neighbors peeked through blinds as Tanya's voice echoed. "You can't take me from my son." The sound of struggle followed, and the door slammed shut. Hours later, in a cold ICE holding room, Tanya sat handcuffed to a metal chair. Her mind spun, grief, fear, rage. Her husband's old dog tags pressed cold against her chest. Across from her, Agent Hall read through her file. "Says here your husband, Ronald Washington, died in 2018. Military benefits stopped in 2019. Yet you're still living in subsidized housing under his name." Tanya's eyes filled with tears. "That's not fraud. It's a clerical error. I sent in every—" "Save it," Hall interrupted. "You've been here long enough to know the rules." He slid a form toward her. "Voluntary departure request. Sign this, and we'll avoid deportation proceedings." She looked at him like he'd spoken poison. "Deport me? From the country my husband died for?" His expression didn't change. "Sign it, Mrs. Washington." The camera in the corner blinked red, recording everything. Meanwhile, Malik stormed into a local news station. His voice trembled as he pleaded with the receptionist. "Mom didn't do anything. They took her. She's a nurse. She takes care of people." Behind the scenes, a young reporter named Jenna Ruiz overheard. She was new, hungry for truth. "Kid," she said, pulling him aside. "Slow down. Who took her?" "I see," he said. "They said she's not a citizen." Ruiz frowned. "You got proof she is." Malik pulled out a photo, his dad in uniform, holding Tanya and him as a baby. The American flag behind them. She exhaled. "That's a story." That night, her article went live. Widow of U.S. veteran detained by ICE after error in database. The story spread like wildfire. Hashtags, outrage, petitions. But Agent Hall wasn't moved. He saw the noise as disrespect. He told Lopez coldly, "The law doesn't care about sympathy." Lopez muttered under his breath, "Maybe it should." If you're still watching this, don't scroll yet. Because Tanya's story is every mother's nightmare. What happens next will break your heart, and maybe rebuild your faith in justice. Pushpin, click that link and subscribe to Wealth and Wounds right now, medium skin tone, hand pointing right. Because this is far from over. Weeks later, Tanya sat in a courtroom, shackled but upright. The air was heavy with tension. Reporters whispered. Her son sat behind her, tears on his cheeks. Victor Hall testified first. The subject provided inconsistent documentation. She used an outdated social security number. Tanya's attorney, Ms. Green, stood up. That number belonged to her late husband. It was automatically linked when his benefits transferred. The agency made the error, not my client. The judge frowned. Do you have proof of her citizenship? Yes, Your Honor, Green said, placing a stack of papers on the desk. Birth certificate, marriage license, naturalization record. All verified. Hall's face turned pale. The judge looked up, glaring. Agent Hall, did you verify these documents before detaining her? I followed standard procedure. Standard procedure doesn't justify negligence. The gavel struck once. Mrs. Washington is free to go. The crowd erupted. Malik ran to his mother, hugging her tightly. But as Tanya turned to look at Victor Hall, she saw something in his eyes, fear. Not fear of punishment, but fear of what she now represented, truth. A year later, Tanya stood in a new uniform, not a nurse's scrubs, but a navy blue suit with the emblem of the Department of Justice. She was appointed as a civil rights investigator for wrongful detentions. Her first assignment? Reviewing misconduct cases from ICE officers. The name at the top of her first file, Agent Victor Hall. The same man who tried to break her, now sat under investigation. Tanya closed the folder slowly. The camera zoomed in on her eyes, calm, resolute, unbroken. Her voice, steady. Justice isn't revenge. But this time, it's accountability. The scene faded to black. Narrator, voice trembling with emotion. She lost everything, and still rose higher than anyone thought possible. Tanya's story isn't just about pain. It's about power. About standing up when the world tries to silence you. So before you scroll away, hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. Because Wealth and Wounds will keep telling the stories they tried to bury.